Are you feeling trapped by your attachments? Do you long for a sense of inner freedom and peace? If so, you are not alone. Jiddu Krishnamurti said that the more you know yourself, the more clarity there is. Self-knowledge has no end. Attachment is a natural part of human nature, but it can also be a hindrance to our personal growth and development. In this video, we will explore the concept of liberation from attachments and how it can lead to true freedom. What are the steps that we can take to let go of our attachments? How can mindfulness and gratitude help us in this process? Let's dive in and find out. We'll start with a short story that will serve as a good example to the main ideas proposed in this video. Let's imagine a woman named Sophia as an example. Sophia had always been attached to her job as a high-powered executive at a prestigious company. She had worked hard for years to climb the corporate ladder and had become accustomed to the high salary, luxury vacations, and glamorous lifestyle that came with it. But as the years went on, Sophia began to feel a sense of emptiness and dissatisfaction that she couldn't quite explain. One day, Sophia had a chance encounter with an old friend who had left the corporate world to pursue a simpler life. As they caught up over coffee, Sophia couldn't help but feel envious of her friend's sense of freedom and contentment. She realized that her attachment to her job had been holding her back and preventing her from experiencing true joy and fulfillment in her life. Sophia decided to take a leap of faith and quit her job. She sold her fancy car, downsized her apartment, and started a new business venture that aligned with her values and passions. Although the transition was challenging at first, Sophia found a sense of liberation and joy that she had never experienced before. She discovered that true freedom came not from external achievements or possessions, but from within. Sophia's story illustrates the power of liberating oneself from attachments. When we let go of the things that we cling to, we create space for new experiences and opportunities that align with our true selves. We can find joy and fulfillment in the present moment, rather than constantly striving for external validation or success. Let's explore the concept of liberation from attachments further in this video. Attachment is a fundamental aspect of human nature. There's a famous saying that goes like this, and I quote, "The more you try to hold on to something, the more it wants to get away. You can't control everything. Sometimes you just need to relax and have faith that things will work out." End quote. From a young age, we become attached to people, things, and ideas that bring us comfort and security. However, as we grow older, these attachments can become obstacles to our personal growth and development. The more we cling to them, the more we limit ourselves and hinder our ability to experience true freedom. To achieve true freedom, we must learn to liberate ourselves from these attachments. This is a process that can take time and effort, but it is well worth it in the end. By letting go of our attachments, we can discover a sense of inner peace and joy that cannot be found through external sources. The first step to liberation is to recognize our attachments. We must be honest with ourselves and acknowledge the things that we are holding onto too tightly. This may include material possessions, relationships, beliefs, or even emotions. Once we have identified our attachments, we can begin to examine why we are holding on to them and how they are affecting our lives. The next step is to let go of these attachments. This does not mean that we have to completely abandon everything that we hold dear, but rather that we must learn to detach ourselves from them. This can be a difficult process, as we may feel a sense of loss or discomfort when we let go of something that has been a part of our lives for so long. However, with practice, we can learn to release our attachments and find freedom in the present moment. One way to detach ourselves from our attachments is to cultivate mindfulness. Mindfulness involves being present in the moment, observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment or attachment. By practicing mindfulness, we can learn to let go of our attachments and experience a sense of inner peace and freedom. Another way to liberate ourselves from attachments is to practice gratitude. When we focus on the things that we are grateful for, we shift our attention away from our attachments and towards the abundance that already exists in our lives. This can help us to appreciate what we have in the present moment, rather than constantly striving for more. Or, in the words of the late Anthony Mello, happiness is not something you acquire, love is not something you produce, love is not something you have, love is something that has you. In conclusion, liberating ourselves from attachments is a powerful way to experience true freedom. By recognizing our attachments, letting go of them, and cultivating mindfulness and gratitude, we can break free from the limitations that they impose on us. This is not a one-time process, but rather a lifelong journey that requires ongoing effort and self-reflection. However, by committing ourselves to this path, we can discover a sense of inner peace and joy that cannot be found through external sources. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please share, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.